Hey everyone, this is Jamie and I'm going to walk you through how to use our online evaluation system called Teachpoint. To get started, open up any browser and you're going to type in goteachpoint.com. Once again, goteachpoint.com. You're going to land on a page that looks like this. Type in our district name, LCUSD. Type in your username, should be first initial last name, and then your password that you use to log into your computer. So once again, your login is your first initial last name and your computer login, or your Aries login if that helps. Because I'm talking and typing, I can't make this work. Okay, sign in. This works at both home and school. Once you sign in, you're going to see probably a blank page, but for me, because I've started 2 pieces of the evaluation, I have some data here. Let me take you on a tour and then show you what you're going to do next. When you first log in, you're going to see the work that you've started. For you, again, nothing there yet. The next icon on the left is the activity icon. That'll show you what's been happening. So notice today, I started a goal and then evaluated a goal. But where you really want to get started is under the calendar, which is the plans page. So taking a look at this page, you're going to see that you have calendar dates set up for when things are due. You'll be able to see what you've gotten done and then what's left to happen. So super quick overview. To get started, you're going to write up 3 goals. Those are due by October 14th. The process is you write a goal, your evaluator is going to take a look at it, give you feedback, and then it's finalized. The next step will be to do observations. There will be 4 observations that happen. After that, later in the year, you're going to want to reflect on your progress towards goals. So this is a form where you talk about how much progress you've made towards those goals. Your evaluator will complete a summary evaluation, and that's what you'll sign off on. Before you do any of that, a great place to get started, and this is optional, is to use the rubric here and really reflect on your practice. So if you want to open that up, I'll give you a quick demo. So this is the evaluation rubric. At this point, I'm not sharing it with myself as my own evaluator, but if you wanted to, you could click the share button here. So I rated myself on my standards work. I'm proficient. Connecting previous lessons with future lessons, proficient. What's great about this rubric and this system is you can actually click and indicate where you are. This is a great place to start thinking about what goals you want to set for yourself. Also, when you set your goals, whether or not you fill out this rubric, you will reference the rubric in your goal writing. So let me show you what that looks like. And again, when you're done, hit save. So I'm back here on my plans page and I want to get started. So I'm going to click on goal number 1 and I'm going to write on it. So I click goal 1. After I finished, I would turn sharing on so my evaluator would get a notification that I'm ready for him or her to take a look at it. The directions are to use the rubric and develop 3 goals. So the first goal I wrote was, develop a series of synthesis routines to use when reading literature. This sounds amazing. I'm going to use literature reflection logs that I'm going to develop by my students, and they're going to record their learning after each reading. My other piece of evidence is I'm going to have a lesson plan that shows how I introduce this routine. So here's what my evaluator wrote back. This is a great idea, but think about how you might specifically use these routines and how you will measure success. So here's my revised goal. Develop a series of synthesis routines to use when reading literature. These routines will be used first as closing activities at the end of readings, but after introduction and practice with routines, these will be used to bridge concepts and skills when introducing new readings. Lastly, 3 assessments will be given during the year on various readings to include questions and measure the impact on student writing. So essentially my first idea for my goal was great. I'm going to develop these new routines that I can integrate into my curriculum often. But what my evaluator said is, how are you going to do it and how will you measure success? So be sure to include that when writing your goals. Lastly, I picked 2 areas from the rubric that I want to work on. I think that these strategies that I'm going to develop are going to be highly engaging and also be high cognitive demand. But again, it's also about my teaching and learning strategies and how I'm applying the content knowledge with the students. So those are the 2 goals that I'm going to work on. When I finish that, I hit save and close. And the green check means that it has been done and it's off. My evaluator is going to take a look at it and approve it. Notice the next two have the triangle, so those need to be due soon. So if I started from the very beginning and I clicked on create here, it's all blank, and this is what you're going to see when you start your first goal. Write in your proposed goal, declare what you want your evidence to be. When you're done with that, share it and hit save and close. Your administrator will be notified that they're ready to read your goal. When they're done, you'll get it back and you'll be able to finalize your goal once you have their notes. And that's it for now. The next step will be your evaluator will actually start these observation forms. So your process is essentially done once you get your goals submitted and revised. I'll be back later to teach you about the evaluation process and submitting evidence, but for now, just work on writing your goals. If you want to see how you're doing on your actual forms, if you click back on this icon, this is where it shows you the forms that you have. So notice I had worked on only goal 1 and I had shared it with my evaluator. So this green S indicated that my evaluator has received it and then it's all been completed. So I'm done with goal 1, but I still have 2 and 3 to go. This one, my rubric, notice I have not shared it. So I was able to give myself a really honest, without fear, critical evaluation on my skills. If I was ready, I could share it with my evaluator. It might be a good way to have a conversation about what goals to have if you're stuck on that. But share it at your choice. This form is optional. You'll see the other boxes in use later. There are signature forms and attachment forms. But again, for now, you're going to go to plans. You're going to click on create on these goals. You're going to fill them out. You're going to share them. Remember the share button, and then hit save. Then your evaluator will have them, give you feedback, and you'll be on to the next step. If you have any questions about this process, please email me or Dr. Davis. Thank you guys so much.